Hey everyone, it's Audrey. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I am very excited to share with you my 'Tis the Season 2019, which is 12 days of holiday scrapping videos. It's a little bit of a late start for this series this year, even though it's the start of 2020. Between getting a concussion and getting pneumonia, I had to postpone my pages and my videos for a little while, but I will be sharing them over the next 12 days with you, and I am very excited to do so. So I am starting with a cut file from the cut shop, and I posted this page last week, but I am just getting to now, as I said, post the video, and I am using a relatively new file from the cut shop store called Sleigh Ride, and I just love this little sleigh, and I have a great photo of my kids in a sleigh from when we went to go get our Christmas tree, so I thought I would use this sleigh for my photo. So I initially actually cut this sleigh out of white cardstock, and I put it on, some pattern paper and stuff, and I wasn't really loving the white, and I wanted to add something else and just make it a little bit different. I considered cutting it out of red, but instead I went with this gold foil. And instead of having the presents inside the sleigh, I decided that I'm going to put my photo inside the sleigh to make it look like the sleigh is carrying my photo, and then I will put the presents and a few other embellishments behind my photo in the sleigh. So I'm going to back the sleigh. I have a helper today. My son Kyler on the left there he helped me pick the color for the sleigh because I was debating if I should make a red sleigh or a green sleigh, and he decided red. So we went with the red, and this is a really old piece of crepe paper, pattern paper I pulled from my stash. This is probably 8, 9, 10 years old, this collection from crepe paper. Super old. So I traced the outline of my sleigh, and I'm going to put that behind the gold. And I really am glad I went with the gold because it just adds such a fun sparkle and color to the page. And my helper, I think here in a minute, he was really intent on watching me. My kids love to watch me scrapbook, especially when they hear me tell the story about the photo or what we were doing. So he wanted to help put the glue on, so I'm teaching him here how to add the glue. He's so cute. And then he was so inspired, he went and made his own scrapbooking pages, which you will see here in a few minutes. Because he wanted to share his own scrapbook pages. So I give him, like if I print duplicates of photos or photos that I don't end up using, I give those to my kids and they can use them to scrapbook with. So what background should I put it on? Green or pattern paper? Okay, here's one of Kyler's first scrapbook pages. He was so proud because he did a Christmas page too. And I let him have this picture of him making a gingerbread house. And I told him I was doing a video and that I would show the video to everybody, so these are the scrapbook pages he made. So his debut, his big YouTube debut, there it is. I know he's going to love watching this on, on YouTube. So for the background, instead of using the solid green cardstock, I decided to use this pattern paper. These papers are from a Hip Kit Club kit, and I think it's this year's kit. And I'm going to kind of make like a scene in the background. So I made kind of a hill from this piece of tree pattern paper, and I wanted to make it look a little bit snowy, so I'm just adding some white gesso along the edge, and then I will let that dry and distress it and then glue it onto my patterned paper background. I occasionally have to stop and pause my voice recording here because, as I said, I'm still getting over pneumonia, so I have to stop and cough every now and then, and I don't want you to have to hear that on video. So if my voice sounds a little bit choppy, that's why, because I'm stopping and starting when I have to cough. Okay, so I added a little bit of gesso to the background too. I'm going to kind of make a snowy, wintry color in the background, so I'm going to add some blue splatters, different shades of blue. And then I'm going to go over the foreground kind of hill area with some green. This green is called Tannenbaum. It's an old Studio Calico green. It's really pretty, and it's actually a very perfect Christmas tree green. I have a little splatter there in the middle, but that's fine. I think I get that covered up. Okay, so there's a sleigh. I'm going to back my photo now with some pattern paper. I am using both new and old products here, so this is Some of my Christmas stash. This paper I'm backing my photo with is an old basic gray paper from one of their old Christmas collections. I love their Christmas collections. They had quite a few. I can't remember what this one was, but it's not figgy pudding. It was later than that. But anyway, I wanted something blue to kind of offset the red. So I'm using my knife here to cut a little slit to tuck my photo into the sleigh so that it looks like it's resting in the sleigh. And I like how that looks. I'm going to distress this edge and glue it down. And then I will go back over that with some machine stitching along the edge. So every year we go to the same Christmas tree farm to get our Christmas tree. And now that I think about it, I don't think I saw the sleigh out there this year, but this sleigh was out for people to sit in and take photographs in last year when we went to go get our tree. And so I thought that was super cute. Kids riding the sleigh. So because we're at the Christmas tree farm, I wanted to put a Christmas tree sticking out of the sleigh as well. So I think this die cut pack was an old Heidi Swap one. And then I'm going to get some of the, again, going from the old to the new. This is from the most recent Hip Kit Club kit, I think November's Christmas kit. And I wanted to put some white snowflakes. I have white snowflakes on the pattern paper in the background, but I wanted a little bit more, I guess, dimension. So I'm going to put a few white snowflakes sticking off the back of the page as well. The problem with going back and forth between, older scrapbook kits and older packs and collections and newer ones is that I just have so much stuff that I spend forever looking through everything to find the perfect embellishments, the right colors, the right shape, is the candy cane facing the right direction. So these pages take me a lot longer than normal, I think, because I've just spent so much time looking for embellishments. So these are die cuts from Hip Kit Club Kit as well. And I have a couple stickers there from some Simple Stories lines. And I just wanted to kind of jazz up the sleigh a little bit. I was looking for things that had kind of a light blue tint to them because I had some blue splatters on there, and then my photo was kind of outlined with a little bit of blue. So I thought I wanted to bring in a few kind of bluish embellishments as well. And again, I don't want to add too much to this because the cut file is large. It takes up a large portion of the page design. So I don't want to add too many things behind the photo there. These are layered die cuts, I guess, from Dear Lizzie's Christmas collection, probably 10 years old. I know exactly where I bought these and when. It was right after my daughter was born, so it was 2009, 2010 maybe, in this little scrapbook store I worked in when I lived in Texas, in Houston. And I remember buying these off the shelf with the rest of this Christmas collection, so these are pretty ancient. So I kind of pulled apart these layered poinsettia stickers, and I added some of the new die cuts on top just to kind of, I don't know, jazz them up a little bit. And I wanted to add a little bit of pink in there too because I had some pink elements up behind my photo. I have more hands coming in here to help. I love, love, love these little stickers. So these teeny tiny stickers are from a Pebbles collection, and I got these stickers and another pack of stickers from Pebbles and a couple packs of die cuts from a Peachy Cheap deal. So if you don't know, Peachy Cheap is like one of those daily deal sites. And they, sometimes you can just find a great deal. And I love teeny tiny stickers like this. So they were perfect for adding little bits to my page. Okay, I also put a few little house stickers down along the edge of the hill, the bottom of the hill there. I loved how that looked. More interesting projects for my children. And I cut the title here from white cardstock, but it just wasn't showing up. I didn't want the title to be super standout, but after putting the white on, I just didn't think it was enough, and I considered like painting it, and then I thought I would just go back through and cut it again from a different color because it just wasn't dark enough. I was also looking for a little tag or something to add journaling, but I will just write the journaling right on my background. These gold stars are rub-ons from Studio Calico. You can see they're like falling apart, so I'm going to try to use them up here. I kind of get full stars there, but they're really old, so they're not going on very easily, and they're kind of ripping and tearing, but I do get a couple good ones on. And the gold stars, I think, really pick up nicely with the gold in the sleigh. Alright, so one of my favorite parts about this page are these teeny tiny jingle bells that I think I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to use some thin gold thread. This is just sewing thread in gold, and I am going to string 2 little jingle bells on and tie them to the front of the sleigh. So I poke a hole in the front of the sleigh with my paper piercer, and I just string the bells through, and they are so super cute. They're really, and they actually jingle too. So I thought that was a really cute little embellishment. I've been dying to use these on the page because I've had them for a while. So cute. You'll see those in the close-up at the end. You could probably, I would imagine, find them on Amazon or someplace too. So I decided to use navy for my title because I do have a navy package up there, and I have, you know, some dark elements in my photo. The sleigh itself is kind of a dark black, so and it's a cute title, so I think it's looks good with the dark navy. I think that's it. I just go back through and start gluing everything down, which I'm going to speed up here because it's just merely me gluing all the little bits down. And I haven't glued any of this stuff down, so I'm going to glue my lowest layers down first, so the ones that are going to go right against the page. I did go through, I just paused for a second, I went and I machine stitched that Christmas tree, so I added some green thread to it. So I glued my presents there so I knew kind of where to position everything. And I tucked my photo into the sleigh and I glue the corner of that down. And then I'm going to go through and add some craft foam to the back of my sleigh to make it pop off my page a little bit, to give it some dimension and to make it look like those things in the background are, you know, the things I have in the sleigh in the background are even further back. And I finally found a tape runner that works well on my craft foam. This is just a cheapy one I found at Hobby Lobby, but it is the best one I have found that actually rolls right on the craft foam very easily. So I'm happy that I finally found something that works well. And then I'm just going to go through and glue on these little other little embellishments here and there, and that about does it. So there is the finished page, which I love how this came out. I love the papers I chose for the background. I'm glad I did the sleigh in the gold. And you can see I just did a little bit of journaling there right in the back of the page. The gold is hard to photograph though, so that's why there's kind of like a reflection. And there's the cute little jingle bells. I love how those came out. And the gold rub-on stars, the machine stitched tree, and all those other little details. So thank you so much for joining me for this first day of my 'Tis the Season 12 days of holiday scrapping pages. I will see you tomorrow. Stay scrappy, friends.